You awake? Oh, I get it. We're not talking.
You got it.
Well, you know, it's already 9 o'clock. We probably ought to get ready
Nancy,
for work.
I hardly slept last night. Would you just leave me alone?
Well, I slept like a log.
I heard you pacing the floor all night.
I was just thinking.
I was having nightmares. Oh, Nancy, why didn't you just destroy the forged report to begin with? If you'd gotten rid of it like I told you to, we'd both be sleeping better.
Vicky, don't start, all right?
Look, kiddo, misery loves company. As miserable as your company is.
Hey, look, we haven't lost yet.
Oh, so now it's we, huh?
It always has been we.
Look, all I know is that you better find that forged report before it finds you.
There it is, a forged soil analysis report.
Where'd you get it?
What does that matter? That is conclusive evidence.
Where did you get it?
I won't tell you.
Then you didn't get it legally.
Sergeant Brubaker, can't you see what this means? Vicki Lang and Nancy Lawson set Gil up. They intercepted the report that warned him not to build on the land.
And then they made a fake copy giving him permission to go ahead with it.
So Gil built a $10 million structure on what amounted to quicksand.
Well, thank you very much for explaining the obvious. Now, do you mind if I add my legal insight? If you, the press, got this report illegally, say by breaking and entering, then we, the police, cannot use it legally to charge those women.
Now, look, that's the best break we've had in months. That is a hot story.
It sure is. It makes Nancy Lawson and Vicki Lang celebrities, not criminals. You did it to sell papers. Didn't you, Walter? Admit it.
Mr. McGovern didn't even know what I was up to.
Perfect choice of words.
I mean my story
What'd you use, a safety pin? Credit card?
John, that is not the point.
No, the point is that there's been a crime committed.
And now it's your turn to go after them.
The crime that I'm talking about, Stacy, is yours.
Don't you want to bring her in? Don't you want to arrest her?
There is nothing that I would like better than to put Nancy Lawson away forever. I'd like to get her out of Kingsley's hair forever. That's why I am so mad.
Well, you could call her in for questioning, you know?
Yes, I could do. Would you please sit down? I could do that, but it's going to get her suspicious. You understand what I mean? And if you get Nancy Lawson suspicious, it's like muzzling a dog. She just shuts up.
What about her friend, Vicki Lang?
That's right. I've seen her twice. Talk about bad liars.
All right. Back off, will you? I'll bring him in for questioning.
And I want to be there.
I don't believe you.
It's my story.
Give that girl a break.
McGovern, you just lay off for a minute. You're already encouraging her to break the law for a career.
I didn't tell her to do anything.
You didn't tell her to do anything.
When was the last time you broke the law to solve a case?
When I was a rookie, the night of a drugstore murder, I got a tip to go to a hotel. I went there and asked the night clerk if I could search the room. He gave me consent. I went up there and found the murder weapon. Later on that night, the murderer came back and we arrested him. But guess what? The law held that the night clerk's consent didn't apply to a room that was bought and paid for and occupied. And the murderer nodded his head, thanked me, and walked out of the courtroom a free man. Next question.
And that's why you're so mad now?
I'm gonna say goodbye now. I'm gonna keep you posted, and the answer is no. You can't be here when I'm questioning them. Now, get out of here. Brubaker. Well, arrest him.
You know who had to take that report, don't you?
No.
Stacy Phillips, remember?
The reporter?
It had to have been. I should have known I couldn't trust her. Anyone that looks that forgettable has got to have something cooking with her. Where are you going? Look, it's not gonna be in there that quickly. Believe me, she'd come over here and she'd start grilling us so we could squirm. Don't you ever watch 60 Minutes?
Not in the front section.
We're not in there at all.
My mother gets this paper. If she sees my name in it, she's gonna have a coronary.
Becky, would you get a hold of yourself? I should have known you couldn't handle something like this. I don't know why I bothered helping you when you asked me to.
I asked you for help?
Yeah, you asked me to help you with Gil Prescott.
Just a
getting back
minute,
at him.
Nancy. I didn't come to you asking for any plan about Gil.
Well, you didn't exactly run in the other direction when I offered you one.
And that, my dear, was my biggest mistake. If I'd only taken a good long look at you.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Oh, come on, Nancy. You've been kicked out of every home you've ever lived in. What's left of your family hates you. You can't keep a lover. You're dating a man old enough to be your great-uncle, for heaven's sakes. You have no career skills, no motivation except money. You're a lonely, desperate, miserable woman, and I had to put my life into your hands.
Well, it doesn't say much for you, does it?
Maybe not, but I do know this much. From now on, I don't want your advice, I don't want your encouragement, and I don't want your insults. I'll go the rest of the way by myself.
You can't, Vicky.
And I don't want to hear anything else about us being in the same boat, either.
That's not what I mean. The Vicky Lang that I know can't even do anything herself. I mean, she either needs her mother or Gil or me or someone else to do things for her. The only thing you got going for yourself is your looks, and that was just a biological accident. But it may just work to your advantage when it ends up front page on this.
Well, well, well. I was just hoping to find a little stash that Ron left here. I got you instead.
There's no money here, Lance. I turned the place upside down.
Doesn't matter. You're worth more, Weaver.
Look, Lance, I can help you out, man. I got money coming, lots of money. Now you can use it to get away.
Sure you do.
Oh, I'm serious, man. I got somebody coming to meet me. She's gonna be here any minute now.
Shut up.
Look, Lance. Look, all that's happened between us before doesn't matter. It's all in the past now, man. Come on, you and I. We're both in the same boat, man.
No, we're not in the same boat. You're dead, Weaver.
It's me.
Ramona, I figured out what it was.
What was?
Well, listen to this. I went all the way through. I never stopped on Weaver, and I saw him all the way to the end.
Oh, Ronnie would be so proud of you.
No, Ronnie didn't care about me. I don't care about that. He thought I was a clown. He can rot in jail for all I care. I proved what I am.
Oh, a murderer. Congratulations.
No, it was more than that. I could have run. I could have taken off. I could have gotten scared and run out in the streets and been afraid of the cops, but I didn't do that. No way. Wonder how the Tigers did.
Well, I wouldn't hang in here much longer. Did I tell you there was a cop downstairs asking about you?
What? When?
Yesterday.
How did he know I was here?
Oh, come on, Lance. Everyone knows the organization owns this place.
Who'd he talk to?
Guy at the desk, Henry.
No. Did he talk?
No, he didn't talk. Just take it easy.
Listen, why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
It slipped my mind.
I gotta get out of here.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, that's what you've been saying, Ramona, but that's not what you've been doing. You're supposed to come out with money. You haven't come up with enough money for me to get to a highway toll booth.
I'm doing the best I can.
How did they even get close to me?
They're not close. It was routine check. They won't be back.
Be back. Yeah, they will be back. They'll be back. But I'm gonna be out of here. Because I've gotten all the loose ends tied up here.
Miss Lawson?
What do you want?
Detective Osmond, mind if we come in?
Well, actually, we're just on our way out to work. Nobody important.
Oh, we knew you were on your way to work. That's where we checked first. Having a little trouble getting out of the house this morning?
Well, actually, I couldn't find my purse.
Oh, listen, I understand. I know how unnerving it is when things are missing.
Nancy, who did you say was at the...
Detective Sergeant John Brubaker, Detective Frank Osmond.
Ma'am?
Well, listen, if you'll let a couple of fellow civil servants be on their
Are
way,
you
we'll
here
just...
to arrest us?
Oh, silly girl. I mean, she's just read one too many detective novels, actually. Come on, Vicky, let's be on our way now. Listen, Buster, I didn't invite you in here.
That's right, you didn't. You don't have to come down to the station with us either to answer questions. But it would be in your best interests.
Now?
Vicky, I'll handle this, okay? Now, what is this all about? What are you trying to pin on me this time?
Nancy, I think you can figure it out.
Will this questioning take long?
Well, it depends on the answers I get, doesn't it?
He's alive.
What?
I can't believe this.
What are you talking about?
Russ Weaver, he's at Kingsley General Hospital. I shot the guy twice in the chest. He's dead!
I see that.
What is this guy, some kind of a robot?
What would Ronnie be getting on
Look,
you?
shut up! You just shut your mouth.
Weaver is currently listed in critical but stable condition after extensive surgery to remove 2 bullets from his torso.
No, I saw the guy. He was lying dead in the blood.
One ambulance attendant stated that Weaver's heart stopped on the way to the hospital. Then, after exhaustive resuscitation efforts had failed, his heart started beating again for no apparent reason.
All right. No, I got a little cooler. I can pull this thing off. I'm just gonna keep my cool.
You're not going to try again.
Yeah, I am. I did. I got the upper hand on this. He does, and I know exactly where he is. He's got 1 foot out of the grave already. I'm gonna nail him.
Well, Eric, how did you like your first big American breakfast in almost 2 years?
It was great. That lady's nice.
That lady is Mrs. Lucas.
Yeah, does she cook here all the time?
Well, just about, Eric. And, you know, she was greatly complimented by your appetite.
Yeah, I'm just a little afraid maybe you ate too much, though.
Oh, come on, Miriam. He's a growing boy.
So, what are we going to do today?
Well, don't you think the two of us have a lot of catching up to do?
Well, in due time, but I was hoping that he would come to the office with me.
Daddy, really, there's not much for a little boy to do down there.
Now, you know, it's more than just filing and paperwork. You know, Eric, I wanted to show you the architect's model of Hollister Mall.
I like models.
Daddy, actually, I already made plans.
Oh, really? And what is that?
I have invited some of my friends over here this afternoon. Eric, you remember Lori?
Lori Davidson?
Mm-hmm. You see, Daddy? Yes, only it's Lori Martin now. And guess what? She's gonna have a baby.
Does that mean no one can marry her anymore?
Well, yeah, I guess that's what usually happens when you get married. Why?
Promise you won't laugh?
I promise.
I used to want to marry her when I grew up. Silly, huh?
No, not at all.
Do you still hate her, Grandpa?
Oh, Eric, I didn't hate Lori Davidson.
Yes, you did. So did Mom.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I'd like you to see her, Eric. I want you to realize that Lori and I are great friends now, and there's Terry and Ione, too.
Yeah,
We're really...
all right, in due time. You know, there was something else that I wanted you to do. take you to lunch at the top of the Holly. And you know what that is? That is a revolving restaurant in the penthouse of the Hollister
Daddy,
Hotel.
please.
Miriam, you're certainly welcome to join us. I mean, why not? And then afterwards, we'll go to a movie tonight.
Okay, fine. Lunch and the movie, but I want him back here with me this afternoon to meet my friends.
Why so soon?
Well, if you have to know, it's because Lori and Terry and Ione have prayed for months and months for Eric and I to get together, and I just want them to see that their prayers have been answered.
Was that about everybody? I don't know.
Yeah, except for Mrs. Crenshaw. And I wish you would take her. I really can't face her today.
Oh, I don't mind her at all. But you have to take Mr. Davenport, then.
All right, you got a deal. And for all the patients who come in without an appointment,
sit tight till the doctor can see you.
Hey, that's my line.
Oh, here. There's another list I want you to look at. The guests the kid has invited to the fundraiser. Tell me what you think, huh? And where are you going with the magazines?
Oh, these aren't magazines. They're relics. Hard enough to sit around in this waiting room without being subjected to year-old magazines.
I picked those out of the library wastebasket personally.
Well, I have some new ones in the car.
well, you know what? I think Terry's been outdone. She wouldn't have known half these people.
Oh, speaking of Terry, when's she getting back from that nurses' convention?
This morning.
Oh, great. I want to tell her that Kate's going to work on the fundraiser.
You know, there still are a few people missing from this list, though.
Oh, yeah? Who?
But there's no problem. I've already invited them. In fact, I should have told you when I did.
That's all right. The more, the merrier.
Well, you know Hugh Wainwright?
Yes, he's running for that congressional seat in the runoff campaign.
Right. I ran into him over at the municipal center and asked him to come over. I figured what politician would turn down the chance to stand around and look concerned for the inner city?
And he said yes?
Yes, he did. Which is a lot more than what his opponent did.
You asked Lee Carruthers?
Yes, I talked to Lee and his campaign manager. And they both seemed to like the idea, but apparently his schedule's pretty crowded. They gave me a definite maybe. Oh, and I also talked to Carol Simon, the councilwoman. She said she could definitely make it, and she said she'd spread the word. Dave, what's wrong?
Lee Carruthers is the man seeing Kate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said he might not come?
Yeah, he wasn't sure. I'm really sorry, Dave.
Oh, that's all right, Ben. You had no way of knowing.
Now Kate's gonna be here.
Look, forget about it. I haven't talked to you that much about them.
Well, maybe Kate'll tell him not to show up.
No, yeah, I don't think she's told him anything about the fundraiser. And since he doesn't know that I'm connected with the clinic, there's no reason for him not to come, except his schedule.
I could go back to him and withdraw the invitation if you want.
No. That wouldn't be fair, either to Wainwright or us. We need help upstairs, Ben. No, professionally, I guess I'm glad he might be there.
And personally?
I don't want that man anywhere near Kate or me.
All right, Miriam. You have your reasons for keeping Eric home, but I have mine for wanting to take him to the office.
Which are?
Well, he's been around Paul's world quite enough and meeting no one else but a bunch of stuffy professors and frivolous college students. Eric needs a change.
Are you meaning that my friends are frivolous or stuffy?
Meaning that he needs to see his destiny.
My what?
Your future. Your inheritance.
You mean the ships?
Eric, Grandpa doesn't have the export lines anymore.
What happened?
Well, I really had to sell them. They were ready to be sold anyway. But what I have left is more than enough. And
Listen, come on, you two. This is really all stupid. What we'll do is, you take Eric to work and to lunch. Just bring him back here this afternoon. Then he can meet my friends, and the three of us can have dinner and the movie.
Well, all right. Eric, you want to go upstairs and get my car keys? They're on my dresser.
Okay.
Daddy, just what was that all about?
Well, I think I explained it very clearly. Mim, he just isn't going to be able to adjust here unless he can see the differences between Paul's world and ours.
Right, but my friends have something that Eric's never seen before, something beautiful.
Well, whatever. See, I can only see that we've already lost a lot of time with Eric. He's already well into his formative years, and I just don't think that we should be content parading him in front of your friends when he has so much to learn.
Need any help, John, just call me.
Thanks, Frank. Oh, and if you see Tracy, tell her to get in here as soon as possible, all right?
Right.
Vicky, we should be complimented. He brought along a buddy just so we both have an escort.
Well, actually, I was thinking about the time Mitch Dunbar and I had to drag you out of your mother's house. More than one man could handle.
Well, I didn't do anything wrong then, and I'm certainly innocent now.
Of what?
Of whatever you're thinking I did.
Not think, Nancy. I don't bother people with suspicions. I got facts.
Like what?
Forged soil analysis report. Gil Prescott received the okay on the Canterbury site for large-scale construction. The Land Development Commission denied ever having issued such a report.
So?
So, between Prescott Development and the LDC, there's only two people caught in the middle. Miss Vicky Lang and Miss Nancy Lawson. So, now who would like to be questioned first?